All right, today we're making chicken and rice soup. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome back to the Pantry Kitchen. I'm Catherine, and today we're making chicken and rice soup. A lot of you requested some more savory videos, and I posted this soup on my Instagram, and everybody went crazy about it, asking for the recipe, so I'm bringing it to you today. So we're gonna head over to the stove and we'll get started. So here's what you'll need for the soup. Chicken broth, rice, peas, cooked chicken breast, tomatoes with Italian seasoning, diced onion and diced celery and carrot, some cauliflower florets, and spinach. And you'll need additional butter, salt, and pepper, and some more spices. All right, on high heat, we're going to put in some olive oil, just enough to get things moving. We're gonna start with our mirepoix. That's a fancy word for onions, carrots, and celery. So those are gonna go in the pot. It's just kind of the mother trio in culinary, but all you need to know that it's basically 2 parts onion and 1 part each of carrot and celery. All right, so those are going to start to sweat, which basically means they're going to kind of become translucent. We're not looking for them to get a lot of color, just to become translucent and kind of soften up. So that'll probably take about 5 minutes. Just for this batch, I'm making a pretty big pot, and this keeps really well in the fridge, so it's a great meal prep option for you. So I realized that I had forgotten to prep my garlic, so I just went ahead and chopped some garlic really fine, and I just threw it in here. You don't want to start with your garlic because you don't want to burn it, so I kind of let the vegetables sweat out a little bit, then I can go ahead and add my garlic. So that looks good, and now I'm going to go ahead and add in my tomatoes. And these will break down a little bit more, but I'm just going to break them up a little bit with my spatula here. And here I'm going to let this go for another couple minutes. Honestly, soup just takes a little bit of tension at first, but then you can just let it go and let it cook for anywhere from a half hour. As long as the rice is cooked, you can go ahead and enjoy it. So, 15-20 minutes once you get it going. And then as it sits in the fridge, the flavor is just going to intensify all week. So I'm just adding a few spices here. I like onion powder and garlic powder. We did add obviously the fresh onion and the fresh garlic, but I just like the intense flavor that both give. And I'm just going to add some oregano. Again, I'm not going to add too much right now, maybe a little bit more salt and pepper, because I am using 0 salt added chicken broth. So I might need a little bit more salt than if you used, let's say, regular chicken broth. That might have a little bit more sodium in it. All right, so now I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit of rice. Probably in total, I'd use about 1/2 cup because it will expand. It's not going to be, like your noodles, but it will soak up a lot of liquid and it will puff up. And I'm using about 4 cups of liquid, so you want to just keep that in mind. You still want this to be a soup, so when you would cook rice, normally it would kind of be a 2-to-1. So you don't want to add too much rice where it kind of becomes like a stew. You still want this to be very soupy. You can always add a little bit more water as you go if you find it's thickening up too much. So, got the rice in there. Go ahead and add our florets, our peas. I'm just using some organic frozen peas. They work great. Honestly, I just take them out of the bag and throw them in the soup. And it's perfect. I'm going to do some spinach, and that will totally wilt down. I'm going to add some butter. That might look like a lot to you, but it is only about 1/4 cup, and for the whole soup I think it's necessary. So as that goes, now we're going to add in our liquid, and then what I'm going to do is just let this go for a couple minutes while I chop up my chicken. I like to do small chunks. I'm going to add that in, pop the lid on, and let this go for about 20 minutes. All right, now that I've chopped my chicken, I just like it in small cubes, so I'm going to add that to the pot. And I did about 2 chicken breasts. Honestly, as much chicken as you would like in here, you can add. Mine were like small to medium size, so I think 2 is perfect for this amount of soup. So it's been about 15 minutes of simmering. Now I'm going to go ahead and taste the soup, and if I need to add some additional seasoning, I'll do so now and let it go for another 5 or 10 minutes, and then it should be ready to serve up. If you're sick, you need to make this because you will not be sick after you have it. There's so many nutrients and so many vegetables, but yet there's so much flavor in one bowl. So I can't wait for you guys to try it. This is my chicken and rice soup. Again, it is totally flexible to whatever you have at home you can throw in. If you don't like it, don't put it in. It'll still taste really great. Really good. I'm going to finish the rest of it for my lunch. And thanks for tuning in, guys, on my first savory video. I'm super excited to do more cooking videos along with baking videos. So stay tuned. Be sure to like and comment on this video down below and subscribe so you never miss a new video. Thanks, guys. Bye. When you're lazy, you don't want to get a towel.